Captain Jeho Kim stood at the viewport of Earth diplomatic vessel Whisper watching stars fly by in streaks of light. The ship moved through space without a sound. Not even a hum. Most ships roared and shook. The Whisper did not. That was what made it special. "Captain, message from Earth Command," said Hayden Lee, the communications officer. Her voice was soft but clear in the quiet bridge. Jeho turned from the stars. "Put it through." The face of Admiral Yoon appeared on the main screen. He looked serious, more than usual. "Captain Kim, we have a new mission for you. Top priority." The Admiral paused. "We've detected signals from the Epsilon Eridani system. It appears to be an advanced civilization. This would be humanity's fifth contact." Jeho felt his heart beat faster. A new alien species. Each first contact was exciting and dangerous. "Your orders are to investigate, observe, and make contact if you judge it safe. The Whisper was built for this, Captain." "Yes, sir. We'll depart immediately." When the screen went dark, Jeho called his senior officers to the command room. They gathered around the circular table. Hae-Hyun Lee from Communications, Da-Hyun Park, the chief engineer, Tai-Won Choi at Tactical, and Min Ji-song, the science officer. "We have a first contact situation," Jeho explained. "New species in the Epsilon Eridani system." Da-Hyun leaned forward. "How far are they technologically?" "Unknown," Jeho replied. "That's what we need to find out." Min Ji, always curious, asked, "Do we know anything about their biology or society?" "Nothing yet. We'll need your expertise when we arrive." Tai-Won, with his military background, was more cautious. "What are our protocols if they show hostility?" "We observe only. The Whisper wasn't built for combat," Jeho reminded him. "Our ship has the best stealth technology Earth has ever made. We can stay hidden while we learn." Hae-Hyun spoke up. "I'll start preparing basic communication matrices. Each species we've met has had very different ways of talking. The Lyrids used color patterns. The Centauri used electrical signals." Jeho nodded. "That's why we're approaching carefully. Remember our primary mission, peaceful contact. Earth wants friends, not enemies." Later, Jeho sat alone in his quarters, looking at pictures of the 4 alien species humanity had already met. All contacts had been peaceful, but none had been easy. The differences in thinking, in biology, in values, they made every meeting a puzzle to solve. The Whisper was humanity's newest approach to this puzzle. A ship so quiet it was almost invisible to sensors, perfect for watching and learning before showing themselves. Jeho touched the ship's wall. Under his fingers, special materials absorbed all vibration. The engines, the life support, even the computers, all designed to make no noise, no detectable energy patterns. Earth's best scientists had worked for 10 years to build it. "Captain to bridge," came Tai-Won's voice over the comm. When Jeho arrived, Tai-Won pointed to the navigation display. "We're ready to make the jump to Epsilon Eridani. Course is set." Jeho looked at his crew. Each face showed a mix of excitement and worry. This was what they had trained for. "Engage jump drive," he ordered. The Whisper turned toward its destination. Unlike other ships that tore through space with thunder and fire, the Whisper slipped between the stars like a secret. As the ship accelerated, Jeho thought about their mission. Humans had learned to be careful in space. They had learned to watch and listen before speaking. They had learned that sometimes being quiet was the best way to survive. But they had also learned that when the time came to be heard, they needed to speak with strength and clarity. The Whisper carried both lessons in its very design. The ship disappeared into jump space, carrying humanity's hopes for a new friendship among the stars. 3 days later, the Whisper arrived at Epsilon Eridani. The system had 8 planets circling a bright orange star. On the 3rd planet, Lights covered the night side. Cities. Civilization. Scan complete, Minji announced. The third planet is similar to Earth. Slightly larger. Breathable air. Jai-Ho leaned closer to the screen. What about technology level? Advanced, Ta-1 replied. They have space stations, ships moving between planets. Energy readings suggest they might be as advanced as us. Maybe more. Haeyun worked at her station, her face showing deep focus. Captain, I'm picking up communications. Many signals. But, she frowned. They're strange. Very low frequency. Almost below what we can hear. Put it on speakers, Jai-Ho ordered. A low hum filled the bridge. It wasn't quite sound. More like feeling. It made the floor vibrate slightly. That's how they talk. Da-Hyun asked, surprised. Subharmonics, Haeyun explained. Sounds so low that humans can barely hear them. But we can feel them. Minji moved to Haeyun's station. The two women studied the signals together. Fascinating, Minji said. Their biology must be very different from ours. Maybe they have special organs to create and detect these frequencies. Jai-Ho considered this new information. Can we communicate with them? Haeyun nodded slowly. I think so. Our computers can lower our words to their range and raise their signals to our hearing range, but it will take time to build a proper translation matrix. Start working on it, Jai-Ho ordered. Meanwhile, let's move closer. I want to observe their society before we reveal ourselves. The whisper moved silently toward the third planet. Its special hull absorbed all sensor scans. Not even a ripple in space showed where the ship was. From orbit, they watched the aliens. The creatures called themselves Viridians. They learned from intercepted communications. They had blue skin and 4 arms. They lived in tall, thin towers that reached for the sky. Minji worked with Haeyun for hours. Together, they built a basic translation system. Their language is complex, Minji explained to Jai-Ho. They don't just use words. The depth of the sound carries meaning. Like music with layers. Haeyun added, but we're making progress. We can now understand about 60% of their basic communications. On the 5th day, a large Viridian ship passed very close to the whisper. Everyone on the bridge held their breath. But the alien ship didn't react. The whisper's stealth systems worked perfectly. They have no idea we're here, Ta-1 said with relief. Jai-Ho watched the alien ship on the screen. It was beautiful, shaped like a teardrop, with glowing blue lines across its surface. Should we contact them now? Da-Hyun asked. Jai-Ho shook his head. Not yet. First contact protocols are clear. We need more information. We need to understand their culture, their values. Are they peaceful? Aggressive? Do they respect other life forms? Minji turned from her station. Captain, I've been studying their news broadcasts. They seem peaceful among themselves. Their society values harmony and cooperation. Good, Jai-Ho nodded. But let's watch longer. Remember what happened with the Arcturus contact. We thought they were peaceful too, until we learned they had just finished a civil war. The crew continued their observations. Day by day, they learned more about the Viridians. They were indeed peaceful. They created beautiful art. Their science focused on understanding the universe, not conquering it. Jai-Ho was about to order first contact preparations when Haeyun suddenly called out. Captain, I'm detecting new signals, not Viridian. Her face showed worry. Another ship just entered the system. Very different design. And their communications. She paused. They're incredibly loud, the opposite of the Viridians. The bridge screen showed a massive ship entering orbit. It was black and spiny, like a sea urchin, and it broadcast its presence with deafening signals that made the whisper's sensors spike. Who are they? Jai-Ho asked quietly. I don't know, Haeyun replied. But the Viridians are responding. and they sound afraid. Identify that ship, Jai-Ho ordered, watching the spiny black vessel on the screen. Tai-1 worked quickly at his station. Based on the signals we're intercepting, they call themselves the Krell. Hei-Yun adjusted her translation matrix. The Viridians and Krell are exchanging messages. The Viridians sound respectful but nervous. The Krell sound angry. Can you translate what they're saying? Jai-Ho asked. Hei-Yun nodded. The Viridians are welcoming the Krell to their system. The Krell are demanding a meeting. Min-Ji studied the sensor readings of the new ship. The Krell vessel is heavily armed. And look at this. Their ship produces sound waves that travel through space using electromagnetic pulses. It's like they want everyone to hear them coming. The opposite of the whisper asterisk, Da-Hyun noted. Jai-Ho ordered the whisper asterisk to move closer, still hidden in stealth mode. They needed to understand this situation. The next day, they watched as a small Viridian ship met with the Krell vessel in orbit. The whisper asterisk positioned itself near enough to observe. Through the view screen, they saw the Krell for the first time. They were huge, insect-like creatures with hard shells and multiple limbs. They moved with quick, jerky motions and spoke in booming, crackling voices that made the whispers sensors spike even at a distance. Their biology is fascinating, Min-Ji said. They seem to have sound-producing organs all over their bodies. They don't just speak with mouths, their entire bodies create sound. The meeting between the species was short. The Krell representatives towered over the blue four-armed Viridians. When the Viridians spoke in their soft, low tones, the Krell made motions that looked like laughter. Hei-Yun listened carefully to the exchange. The Krell are dismissing everything the Viridians say. They keep calling them whisper speakers like it's an insult. What do they want? Jai-Ho asked. Resources, Ta-1 answered, studying the data. They're demanding mining rights on the outer planets, but they're not being diplomatic about it. The meeting ended abruptly. The Krell stomped back to their ship, making sounds so loud that the Viridians visibly flinched. The Krell said the Viridians are too weak to be worthy of respect. Hei-Yun translated. They said they will return tomorrow for the Viridians' answer, and it better be yes. After the meeting, Jai-Ho called his officers together. We need to understand the Krell better, he said. Ta-1, what have you learned? Tai-1 displayed his findings on the screen. The Krell evolved on a planet with an extremely dense atmosphere. Sound doesn't travel well there unless it's very loud. Their culture values volume. The louder you speak, the more important you are. They see the quiet Viridians as weak and pathetic. Should we reveal ourselves? Da-Hyun asked. We're supposed to just observe, but not yet, Jai-Ho decided. We need more information. That night, while most of the crew slept, alarms blared through the whisper asterisk. Captain to the bridge. Hei-Yun's voice called over the comm. Jai-Ho rushed to the bridge. On the screen, he saw a small Viridian outpost on one of the outer moons. A Krell scout ship was firing weapons at it. What's happening? He demanded. The Krell aren't waiting for an answer, Tai-1 explained. They're attacking an outpost with only science staff. No weapons. 32 Viridians are there. Jai-Ho watched the Krell ship fire again. Part of the outpost exploded silently in the vacuum of space. Casualties? He asked quietly. 3 dead already, Min-Ji reported. The rest are trapped. Jai-Ho faced the hardest decision of his career. His orders were clear. Observe only. Don't interfere. Don't reveal humanity yet. But on the screen, he saw Viridian scientists running in panic as another blast hit their outpost. We can't just watch them die, Hei-Yun whispered. Jai-Ho straightened his uniform. 4 years as captain, always following protocol, always making the safe choice. Ta-1, ready our emergency thrusters, he ordered. Da-Hyun, I need options. How can we stop that Krell ship without starting a war? His crew looked at him with surprise and then determination. "I have an idea," Da-hyun said, his eyes bright with inspiration. "But it means revealing ourselves, and it's never been tried before." "Tell me," Jae-ho said. As the Krell ship prepared to fire again, Jae-ho knew his next decision might change everything. "Captain, we can reverse our sound dampening systems," Da-hyun explained quickly. "Instead of absorbing sound, we make them project sound." "Turn our silence into noise?" Jae-ho asked, understanding immediately. "Exactly. The Whisper was built to be the quietest ship ever made. But if we reverse the technology," Da-hyun's eyes gleamed, "we could create the loudest sound ever made by humans." Jae-ho looked at the screen. The Krell ship was preparing to fire again at the Viridian outpost. "How loud can we make it?" he asked. "Loud enough to stun the Krell ship's systems, maybe even damage them," Da-hyun said. "The Krell respect power and noise. Let's show them both." Jae-ho made his decision. "Do it." "How long will it take?" 10 minutes to reconfigure the systems." "The Viridians may not have 10 minutes, Ta-won warned, pointing to the screen where the Krell ship was charging weapons. "Then work faster," Jae-ho ordered. "Hae-yun, prepare a message for both species. Min-ji, monitor the Viridian outpost. Tai-won, position us between the Krell ship and the outpost." Everyone moved with purpose. The Whisper slipped silently into position, still invisible to both alien ships. In the engine room, Da-hyun worked frantically. His hands flew over controls as he reversed systems that were never meant to be reversed. "Rerouting power to sound projectors," he reported over the comm. "Adapting electromagnetic pulse generators to carry sonic patterns." On the bridge, Jae-ho watched the Krell ship. Its weapons were almost fully charged. "Time?" he asked. 2 more minutes, Da-hyun replied. "The Krell are firing," Ta-won shouted. "Now, Da-hyun, ready or not?" Jae-ho commanded. "System active," Da-hyun responded. Jae-ho took a deep breath. "Full power. Make it roar." For years, the Whisper had slipped through space in perfect silence. Now, it unleashed a sound that no human ship had ever made before. The sound began as a low rumble that quickly built to a thunderous roar. It traveled through space as modulated electromagnetic waves that triggered sound sensors on both alien ships. To the sound-sensitive Krell, it was like a physical blow. The Krell ship's weapons immediately powered down as the crew was stunned by the overwhelming noise. Their sensors, designed to detect and process sound, overloaded. On the view screen, Jae-ho saw the Krell ship drift, temporarily disabled. The Viridian outpost was safe for now. "Hae-yun, open channels to both ships," Jae-ho ordered. "Tell them who we are." Hae-yun's fingers danced across her console. "Channels open, Captain." Jae-ho stood straight. This was not how first contact was supposed to happen, but sometimes plans had to change. "This is Captain Jae-ho Kim of the Earth diplomatic vessel Whisper. We come in peace, but we will not allow the killing of innocent beings." The bridge was silent as they waited for a response. Would the aliens be angry at the interference? Would they see humans as enemies now? The Viridians responded first. Their subharmonic message, translated through Hae-yun's system, sounded amazed and grateful. "Unknown ship, you have saved our people. How did you hide from our sensors? How did you create such a sound?" Before Jae-ho could answer, the Krell ship responded. Their message was so loud that Hae-yun had to lower the volume. "Ship that roars like a dying star, you have power, you have voice. Who are you that can hide, and then speak with such strength?" Jae-ho smiled. The Krell weren't angry. They were impressed. "We are humans from Earth," he replied. "We prefer peace, but we can speak loudly when needed. The Krell ship is hailing us on a private channel," Hae-yun reported, sounding surprised. "They're asking for a meeting." "The Viridians too," Min-ji added. They want to thank us in person. Jaiho looked around at his crew. Their faces showed a mix of relief and pride. Their mission had changed, but perhaps for the better. Tell both ships we would be honored to meet with them, Jaiho said. It seems humanity has made 2 first contacts today instead of 1. As the Whisper prepared to welcome visitors, Jaiho knew that their actions today had revealed something important about humans to the galaxy. They could speak softly, but when necessary, their ships could roar loudly indeed. The Whisper prepared to receive visitors from both alien species. Jaiho ordered the meeting room ready and assigned tasks to his crew. Hey Yun, focus on communication. We need everyone to understand each other clearly. Yes, Captain. I've improved the translation matrix. It now handles the Krell's loud speech and the Viridian's soft tones. Minji, gather all data on both cultures. We need to avoid misunderstandings. Minji nodded. I've already prepared cultural notes for the crew. Taiwan. Security protocols. Friendly but cautious. Understood. Minimal visible security, but ready for anything. Dahyun, can we demonstrate our ship's sound technology again if needed? Yes, Captain. I've refined the system. We can now control the volume precisely. Jaiho straightened his uniform. Remember, this isn't how we planned first contact, but it's the situation we have. Our goal remains the same, peaceful relations with both species. The Viridian delegation arrived first. 3 tall, blue beings with 4 arms entered the Whisper. They moved gracefully and spoke in tones so low the humans felt the words more than heard them. Welcome to the Whisper, Jaiho said. I am Captain Jaiho Kim. The lead Viridian made a flowing gesture with its 4 arms. I am Chief Diplomat Null. We are grateful for your intervention. Many lives were saved. The translation system worked well. Hei-yun smiled with pride as she fine-tuned it. Minutes later, the Krell delegation arrived. 2 massive insectoid creatures stomped into the room. Their hard shells gleamed under the lights. They immediately began speaking in booming voices that made the room vibrate. Humans, you're shipped to PEKs with power. We are imperious. Everyone winced at the volume. Hei-yun quickly adjusted the translation system to lower the Krell's volume. I am War Chief Grak, the larger Krell announced. You hide like shadows, then roar like storms. Interesting tactics. The 2 species stood. Over the next few days, the Whisper became a neutral meeting ground for the Viridians and Krell. Both species were fascinated by the human ship that could be completely silent or thunderously loud. Your technology adapts. Null observed as Dahyun showed the aliens the ship's sound systems. Like you humans adapt. Grak stomped around the engine room. Impressive machinese. Silence when needed. Power when required. Dahyun beamed with pride. That's the core of human engineering. We build tools that can change to fit different situations. Meanwhile, Minja led cultural exchange sessions. Both alien species shared stories of their homeworlds. Our planet, Viridia, has storms that never stop, Null explained, voice a soft rumble. They tear across our lands with winds that can kill. We built our cities and valleys for protection. We learned to speak softly because loud sounds get lost in the constant thunder. Kriel Primi is Dafifi Orient. Grak boomed, though Hei-yun's translation system kept his volume manageable. Our air is thick. Sound titore veals poorly. To be heard, one in news to speak with power. Minji recorded everything, adding to the ship's database of alien cultures. So both your communication styles developed as survival adaptations, she noted. Neither is wrong, just different. Hei-yun worked constantly to improve the translation systems. She created special headsets that adjusted volume both ways, making Krell speech softer for human and Viridian ears, while amplifying Viridian subharmonics so the Krell could hear them better. "Try these," she told both delegations. "Now you can understand each other without discomfort." The aliens tried the headsets. For the first time, they could communicate directly without pain or frustration. "Your words are clear now," Null told Grak. "Not painfully loud. And I can hear you without straining," Grak replied. "Though you still speak too soft to live for proper respect." Jaiho smiled. It wasn't perfect understanding yet, but it was progress. During dinner in the ship's dining hall, Taiwan noticed something interesting. "Captain, look," he said quietly to Jaiho. "The Krell are trying to speak more softly, and the Viridians are making an effort to speak louder." Jaiho watched the aliens. It was true. Both species were attempting to adjust to each other. Later, in a private meeting, Jaiho spoke with both alien leaders. "We've discovered something important," he said. "Your conflict was never really about territories or resources, was it?" Null's forearms moved in a pattern of agreement. "We thought the Krell were being deliberately disrespectful with their volume. And we thought the VVARIDIANS were insulting us by WJLing," Grak added, "as if we were not worthy of their filial voice." Jaiho nodded. "A communication problem, not a resource problem." As they talked, Minji entered the room with excitement. "Captain, I've been studying both species' resource needs. They're completely different. The Krell need metals the Viridians don't use. The Viridians need gases the Krell consider waste products. You could help each other," Jaiho suggested. "Trade what each needs." Both alien leaders looked at each other with new understanding. A partnership. Null's voice carried hope. "Alliance is better than war," Grak agreed. "Though war is sometimes necessary." Jaiho was about to respond when Heiyun burst into the room. "Captain, long-range sensors have detected something." Her face was pale. "A large group of ships approaching from the next system." "More Krell?" Jaiho asked. Grak shook his massive head. "Not ours. Not Viridian either," Null added. Heiyun swallowed hard. Both the Krell and Viridian delegates recognized the ship pattern. "They call them the Harvesters." Harvesters. Jaiho looked at both alien leaders. Fear showed in both their reactions. Null's arms pulled tight against his body, while Grak's shell plates clattered in agitation. "They take everything," Null whispered. "They destroy all," Grak rumbled. Jaiho felt a chill. The new understanding between Viridians and Krell was about to face its first real test. "Tell me about these harvesters," Jaiho demanded, looking from Null to Grak. The Viridian leader's voice trembled. "They come to systems rich in resources. They take everything. Minerals, gases, even living things for study. They care nothing for other species. They stripped 3 KRL colony worlds." Grak's voice boomed with rage. "Killed all who resisted." "How many ships?" Taiwan asked, already thinking like a tactical officer. "Our sensors show 27 large vessels," Heiyun reported. "How long until they arrive?" Jaiho asked. 3 days at their current speed." The room fell silent. Then Jaiho stood. "We have 3 days to prepare. We need to know more about these harvesters. What are their weaknesses? How do they fight?" Minji pulled up sensor data on the approaching fleet. Their ships are huge. Each one is 10 times larger than the *Whisper*. Null's forearms moved in patterns of distress. "The harvesters will not talk. They do not negotiate. They simply take." Grak stomped his foot, making the floor shake. "We must fight. But the VARIDIANS are too weak. And the Krell are too few in this system," Null countered. "Neither of us can stand against them alone." Jaiho looked at both alien leaders, then at his crew. An idea was forming. "What if you don't stand alone?" he asked. "What if you stand together? And what if we help?" "Captain," Taiwan said quietly, "Earth Command never authorized military action." "They ordered us to make peaceful contact," Jai-Ho replied. "Sometimes peace must be defended." He turned to the aliens. "Viridians have stealth technology. Krell have powerful weapons. Humans have adaptability. Together, we might have a chance." Da-Hyun jumped in. "Captain, I have an idea. We could modify ships from all three species, share our technologies. Is that possible?" Jai-Ho asked. "Difficult but possible," Da-Hyun replied. "The Viridians could add their stealth systems to Krell battleships. The Krell could add sonic weapons to Viridian vessels. And the Whisper Jai-Ho asked. Da-Hyun grinned. "We could make it the perfect combination of both." Over the next 3 days, the Whisper became the center of frantic activity. Viridian engineers worked alongside Krell technicians, with Da-Hyun coordinating. They modified a small fleet of ships from all three species. Hae-Yun created a joint communication system that all three species could use easily during battle. Taiwan helped develop battle tactics that used each species' strengths. Minji worked with alien scientists to study the harvesters' biology and technology, looking for any weakness they could exploit. Jai-Ho watched his crew work with pride. They had gone far beyond their original mission, but they were showing the best of humanity. The ability to bring different groups together, to adapt, to find creative solutions. On the final night before the harvesters would arrive, Jai-Ho toured the modified ships. The Viridian vessels now carried Krell sonic cannons. The Krell battleships had Viridian stealth panels, and the Whisper had been transformed into something entirely new. "How does it look?" Jai-Ho asked Da-Hyun as they examined the Whisper's new systems. "Better than I hoped," the engineer replied. "We can now shift instantly between perfect stealth and maximum noise. We can hide, then attack, then hide again." "Good," Jai-Ho nodded. "We'll need every advantage." Later, he called a meeting with all ship captains, human, Viridian, and Krell. Using Hae-Yun's translation system, he explained the battle plan. "We will not let the harvesters take this system," Jai-Ho said firmly. "Together, we will show them that some places are protected. Protected by those who can speak softly," Null added. "And roar loudly." Grak finished. As dawn broke over the Viridian planet, the sensors showed the harvester fleet entering the system. The battle for survival was about to begin. The harvester fleet entered the system like a dark cloud. Their massive ships moved slowly but with purpose. They did not hide. They did not need to. They were used to taking whatever they wanted. "They're scanning the planets," Hae-Yun reported from her station. "They haven't noticed our ships yet." Jai-Ho looked at the tactical display. Their modified fleet waited in hiding positions throughout the system. Viridian ships near their home planet. Krell vessels hiding in the asteroid belt. The Whisper positioned to coordinate everything. "All ships, maintain stealth," Jai-Ho ordered. "Remember the plan. First we watch. Then we strike. Then we disappear." The lead harvester ship, twice as large as all others, moved toward the Viridian planet. It began broadcasting a message in multiple frequencies. "We claim this system by right of power. Surrender all resources. Resistance will be met with destruction." Jai-Ho looked at Null and Grak, who stood on the Whisper's bridge with him. "They always say this," Null said quietly. "Then they take everything anyway." Jai-Ho nodded. "Phase 1 begins now. Stealth teams, move into position." 5 Viridian ships, upgraded with the Whisper's sound technology, slipped silently through the harvester fleet. They planted small devices on the hulls of key enemy ships. These devices were modified from the Whisper's sound technology. Phase 1 complete, Ta-1 reported. All targets marked. Phase 2, Jai-Ho ordered. Krell attack groups, ready positions. Grak grinned, showing rows of sharp teeth. My warriors are eager. The harvester ships spread out, preparing to begin their resource extraction. They still had not detected the hidden fleet. Now, Jai-Ho commanded. At once, all the planted devices activated. They sent crippling sound pulses directly into the harvester ships' hulls. The enemy ship's sensors overloaded from the sudden noise. In that moment of confusion, the Krell vessels dropped their stealth and attacked with full power. Their sonic weapons, now improved with human and Viridian technology, tore through the harvester's outer defenses. Phase 3, Jai-Ho ordered calmly. All ships, execute Pattern Delta. The entire coalition fleet revealed itself. They moved in perfect coordination. Viridian ships striking silently from behind, Krell vessels roaring in from the front, and the Whisper darting between them, shifting between complete silence and deafening noise to confuse enemy sensors. The harvesters tried to fight back, but they had never faced an enemy that could appear and disappear at will. They had never faced ships that could be silent one moment and thunderous the next. They're regrouping, Ta-1 warned. The main ship is calling the others to protect it. Perfect, Jai-Ho said. All ships, focus fire on the smaller vessels. The Whisper will handle the main ship. Captain. Hei-Yun looked concerned. Their main ship is 10 times our size. Size isn't everything, Jai-Ho replied with a smile. Da-Hyun, is our new system ready? Yes, Captain. Full power available. Jai-Ho ordered the Whisper to move above the harvester command ship. Activate silence mode. The Whisper vanished from all sensors, slipping directly over the enemy vessel. We're in position, Ta-1 confirmed. Prepare the voice, Jai-Ho ordered. Maximum power. Da-Hyun worked quickly at his station. Ready, Captain. Jai-Ho took a deep breath. Fire. The Whisper unleashed sound like nothing ever created before. It combined human engineering, Viridian harmonics, and Krell power into a single overwhelming wave. The sound wasn't just loud. It was precisely tuned to the exact frequency it would disrupt the harvester ship's systems. The massive enemy vessel shuddered. Its lights flickered and died. Its weapons went silent. Jai-Ho opened a channel to the disabled ship. This is Captain Jai-Ho Kim of Earth. We humans have learned when to speak softly and when to let our ships roar loudly. Today you hear both. Leave this system. It is protected. Across the battlefield, the remaining harvester ships began to retreat. They had never experienced defeat before. They didn't know how to respond to it. As the enemy fleet limped away, cheers erupted across all coalition ships. Viridians, Krell, and humans celebrated together. We did it, Hei-Yun said, tears in her eyes. Together, Jai-Ho agreed, not as separate species, but as one force. In the days that followed, the 3 species formed an official alliance. They would share technology, resources, and protection. The Whisper became the model for a new class of ships that combined the best of all 3 worlds. As the Whisper prepared to return to Earth with news of the alliance, Jai-Ho looked at the stars. Humanity had found its place in the galaxy, not through conquest or domination, but by helping others find their voice.